Did you know that right now, somewhere in the world, a 70-year-old woman just delivered healthy twins? And she's not alone. While the global average age for first-time mothers has jumped from 22 to 28 years in just 6 decades, more women are having babies in their 40s, 50s, and beyond than ever before. I'm here today because, like millions of women worldwide, I navigated my own fertility journey after 30. And if you're watching this, chances are you're wondering, am I too old to have a baby? Or what does this mean for my future? Today, we're diving deep into the science, the choices, and the real talk about modern motherhood. No judgment, no fear-mongering, just the facts you need to make informed decisions about your reproductive future. Let's start with something that might surprise you. That term, geriatric mother, that used to haunt medical appointments, it's becoming obsolete. Medical professionals are finally catching up with reality. Having your first child at 35, 37, or even 40 isn't unusual anymore. Here's what the numbers actually tell us. In the UK alone, there were over 28,000 births to women aged 40 to 44 in recent data, compared to just 13,739 births to women under 20. That's double the number. In many developed countries, the average age for first-time mothers has crossed the 30-year mark and continues climbing. This isn't just a Western phenomenon. Globally, every decade sees the average maternal age increase by about 1 year. What was once considered late motherhood is now becoming the norm, and there's nothing geriatric about it. So why are women choosing to wait? The reasons are as complex as they are personal. But let's break down the main factors driving this global shift. Economics plays a huge role. When people move to cities, life becomes more expensive. Space costs more. In many countries, especially in Asia, education expenses can be overwhelming. Women want to advance in their careers, earn more money, and achieve financial stability before taking on the responsibility of raising a child. Take China, for example. Even after scrapping the one-child policy in 2016, many couples are choosing to have only one child. When the BBC interviewed people about this decision, the overwhelming response was economic. They simply couldn't afford a bigger family. Then there's education. This is perhaps the most direct correlation to maternal age. The longer women stay in education, the later they have their first child. This pattern holds true across continents and cultures. Education empowers women with choices and opportunities, naturally extending their pre-motherhood years. But here's something equally important: choice itself. For the first time in history, women don't feel overwhelming pressure to have children. It's become socially acceptable to remain childless, to prioritize career, travel, or personal fulfillment. This cultural shift means that those who do choose motherhood are doing so more intentionally. And yes, environmental concerns are real. While still a relatively small factor statistically, surveys show that younger generations are genuinely concerned about bringing children into an uncertain world. They're asking tough questions about climate change, resource scarcity, and the kind of planet they'd be leaving behind. Now, let's talk about the science behind all of this, because understanding your biology is crucial for making informed decisions. Female fertility does decline with age. This is a biological reality we can't change with yoga, superfoods, or positive thinking. The majority of women will start to see a decrease in their fertility from age 35. I know that might sound young, especially when you're just hitting your career stride, but these are the facts we need to work with. However, here's what many women don't know. Our wombs remain remarkably fertile throughout our lives. Even past menopause, at 60 or 70, we can still carry a pregnancy. The limitation isn't our ability to carry a baby, it's the age and quality of our eggs. This is where modern reproductive technology becomes truly revolutionary. Egg freezing allows you to essentially pause your biological clock. If you freeze your eggs at 28, those eggs remain 28 years old even when you're 45. Your fertility potential is preserved at the moment of freezing. Egg donation is another viable option that's been available for decades. This allows women to experience pregnancy and childbirth even when their own eggs are no longer viable. The success rates are encouraging, and the process is well established in reproductive medicine. But what does this trend toward later motherhood mean for society as a whole? The implications are far-reaching and complex. First, when women start having children later, they statistically have fewer children overall. There's simply less time for multiple pregnancies. Additionally, when entire generations shift their reproductive timeline, it creates what demographers call a lag effect, fewer babies being born in the short term. This contributes to population decline, which brings its own set of challenges. Fewer working-age people to support growing populations of retirees. Fewer people paying into pension systems. Healthcare systems strained by aging populations. From a political perspective, older populations tend to vote differently than younger ones. They may prioritize immediate needs over long-term investments in education, infrastructure, or innovation. This can create a cycle where societies become less forward-thinking over time. However, it's not all challenges. Later motherhood often means better health outcomes for both mothers and babies. These women typically have better access to healthcare, higher education levels, and more resources to invest in their children's well-being. So what are governments doing about these demographic shifts? We're seeing three main approaches with varying degrees of success. Some countries, like South Korea and Russia, have tried direct financial incentives, cash payments for first, second, and third children. The results? Almost no measurable impact on birth rates. Money alone doesn't seem to motivate reproductive decisions. The Scandinavian model takes a different approach. Countries like Sweden and Norway created comprehensive support systems, generous parental leave for both mothers and fathers, flexible work arrangements, subsidized childcare, and cultural acceptance of family-first policies. This did work, temporarily. Birth rates increased in the early 2000s, but then leveled off again, leaving demographers puzzled. Then there's the nationalist approach, where countries like Hungary and Italy frame reproduction as a patriotic duty. These campaigns often coincide with anti-immigration policies, essentially saying, have our babies, not theirs. The effectiveness is questionable, and the ethical implications are concerning. But here's what I think is missing from all these policy discussions: the narrative around motherhood itself. In our culture, we've created a doom and gloom story around having children. We warn women about sleepless nights, lost freedom, career sacrifices, and financial strain. We use terms like geriatric mother and treat pregnancy after 35 as high risk by default. What if we change that narrative? What if we celebrated the joy, the profound love, the incredible personal growth that comes with motherhood? Because here's the truth. Ask any mother, and she'll tell you that despite the challenges, having children was the most meaningful experience of her life. The fear-based messaging isn't serving us. Neither are the overly simplistic solutions like cash bonuses or patriotic appeals. What we need is honest, empowering information that helps women make decisions aligned with their values and circumstances. Whether you're 25 and considering egg freezing, 35 and trying to conceive, or 45 and exploring donor options, your journey is valid. The key is understanding your options, working with qualified healthcare providers, and making choices that feel right for your life. Modern reproductive medicine offers more possibilities than ever before. Cultural acceptance of diverse family structures continues to grow, and despite the challenges, millions of women are successfully navigating motherhood at every age. The question isn't whether you're too old to have a baby. It's whether you're ready, willing, and able to embrace the incredible journey of motherhood, whatever age that might be. If this resonates with you, I'd love to hear about your own fertility journey in the comments below. Are you considering motherhood after 30? What factors are influencing your decision? And if you're already a mother, What advice would you give to women navigating these choices? Don't forget to subscribe for more evidence-based content about pregnancy, motherhood, and reproductive health.